Speaking of Jews, speaking of Jew-on-Jew crime, there's a situation out right now where Ben Shapiro is calling out Adam Sosnick, yours truly, host of the Soscast, and our friends Fresh and Fit. So Ben Shapiro took to his show recently to do a reaction video, watching a video that I did with Fresh and Fit not too long ago, basically reacting to a comment of when Myron from Fresh and Fit, my question to him is when men should get married. And Ben Shapiro had some very strong feelings and some indignation and some contempt for yours truly. So let's play the video right now with Ben Shapiro basically calling out me and our friends.
In today's day and age, you shouldn't be getting married until you're at least 35.
That was my next question for you. As a man, what age should you consider getting married?
So I have, this is my thing that I tell guys. I think 35 years old, had slept with at least 50 women, 100K per year, you're in shape, and you got 6 months to 1 year of savings.
All right, done. I got to get married. I've done all that. That's easy.
Here's the Republic right there. So that is a recipe for a terrible marriage, by the way, guys. Waiting until you're 35 and have slept with 50 women, that is a terrible recipe for marriage by every available data point. It turns out that you are much better in terms of getting married if you get married younger, if you do not have a wide variety of sexual partners. All the stuff about, you know, being in shape and having money and all the rest of it, like, you should try to do that generally speaking. But this notion that you wait until you're 35, you've already made a bevy of mistakes that have shaped your character and made you much more rigid as a person, and that you should have had a basis of comparison in terms of sex of dozens and dozens and dozens of women. No, the data do not support this, and it's stupid.
I say all.
Okay, so let's just kind of break down what Ben Shapiro called us out for, and maybe what I agree with and what I disagree with from our friend Ben Shapiro. By the way, this clip aside, you're not going to find a smarter, more intelligent person, book smart, social smart, economically smart than Ben Shapiro. What I will say is Ben Shapiro has not been out there in the dating scene. He hasn't been out there in the quote unquote real world like most guys. So there's a very limited knowledge pool when it comes to depths of his knowledge when it comes to being out there in these streets. Let's just leave it like that. So basically, Myron from Fresh and Fit says you should wait till you're 35 years old, slept with 50 women, you should be in shape, making 100 grand a year, and 6 to 12 months of savings. So just keep in mind here, Ben Shapiro, quick fact check, he's probably 40 years old. Can you just get his age real quick?
Let's see.
I'm assuming Ben is right around 40.
He is 39.
Okay, he's 39, so about to be 40 years old. So Ben Shapiro has been married since he's 24 years old. He's got 3 kids. So basically, Ben Shapiro has been off the market, okay, since basically Obama got sworn in. Okay, in 2008. The world has changed significantly with the advent of social media, dating apps, what's going on in the world, social media, everything that comes with that. Ben Shapiro is sort of a dinosaur when it comes to the current dating market. He was born and raised in LA to a very conservative, ultra-Orthodox Jewish household. Someone that was basically born and raised in Miami. I have friends left, right, center, Jews, Catholics, Christians, Muslims, Hispanics, Latinos, Haitians. I've seen it all. Ben Shapiro was married at age 24. I know a lot of Orthodox religious Jews that were also married very young. Here's where I'm going to disagree with Ben Shapiro on. I say this all the time. The happiest guys I know, have experienced life to the fullest, have tested the waters, been around the block, have test driven many a cars, if you know what I mean, and at that point have seen it all, tall, short, dark, blonde, brunette, up, down, left, right, and understand, okay, cool, I've got it out of my system, time to start a family. Some people may agree with that, some people may disagree with that. That is my opinion. Cool. Here's the problem, what happens when you get married in your early 20s, like Ben Shapiro, who comes from a very rich family. Number one, you usually have no money. Number one, you have no semblance for what happens in the real world, and you're forced to grow with your wife, and you have no clue how the real world works, and you're kind of learning as you go. And the only wedding I've ever been to in my life where there was a cash bar was my friend's wedding when he was 26 years old, because he didn't have enough money to basically pay for an open bar. I'm just saying, when you're that young, you don't have money for the finer things in life, like an open bar at a wedding. That's just my opinion on that. So there's a famous saying in the manosphere community: pursue success, don't chase women. What kind of success do you think you have when you're 24 years old and you get married? Very few people can accomplish that at age 24. Obviously, I think you need to know yourself and be comfortable with yourself as a man before you bring your issues into somebody else's life. Okay?
I have a question on that.
Yes.
I know 24, you're young, you don't have life experience, I get that. But wouldn't you also say, with how media and how the world, everything has basically sped up, why can't that age become the new age where men are becoming more responsible and well prepared out in the world? Like getting married at 24 and having the kids and doing all that also ages you. You get experience from the kids, you learn to be a father, you learn to be a husband. Like, you kind of start to get that real world experience without necessarily aging. So I don't know if we want to continue to say 35 and 40 a man becomes, because with technology today and the exposure of the things we have today and the speed of things today, why can't that number go down? Why can't we have expectations for a gentleman maybe not be 30, maybe the new number be 28? I'm just thinking with, like, you see someone like Ben Shapiro, who is very well versed. He is young, he has kids, he has a family, he's successful. Like, it's possible. It's maybe not your every average guy, but I don't want to shy away from the possibility of men stepping up and being prepared for certain tasks and life experiences because they're younger. Like, I don't want gentlemen who feel like if they're 27, they do want to get married and have kids, like, oh, we have to wait till 30 because that's the age that men really age and are ready for. You have technology that can get you the information that you didn't back then. So I think as much as we want to push older, yes, men get better as they age and et cetera, I don't want to also shy away from the possibility of men doing those things at a faster rate with where we're at today.
All right. Well, I'm going to respectfully disagree with my lovely friend
That's
Natalya
okay. That's
right
okay.
Here. And we might see different on this. And you know who else sees different on this? The whole fucking rest of the world. Because let's go to these stats real quick.
Okay.
And let's show up some stats for Natalya.
Yes.
Okay. Go to this graph. Men are choosing, and women are choosing to get married later and later and later in life, because.
But that's not good.
Well, numbers.
Okay.
Facts don't lie. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Okay.
Can't argue with numbers. Here are the actual numbers. Pull that graph up real quick. So can we punch in on that a bunch? Number one, in my old age, I probably got to get my eyesight checked. So let me pull this up on my phone.
I can
real
read. Estimate median age of Americans at their first wedding in the United States from 1998
so
to
in the year
2021
1998, the average age of marriage, a man was 26.7 years old, a woman was 25. By 2010, that number went up to women being 26 and men being 28. Now in 2023, well, they only have it up to 2022, men are now 30.6 and women are 28.6. People are waiting longer and longer and longer to get married. Why, you say, people are waiting longer? Because people are living longer.
Right.
Okay? People are living longer. Why rush into the biggest decision of your life? When grandma got married, my grandma got married, she was 19 years old. Okay? By the time my mom got married, she was already in her early 20s. So now these days, people are understanding I don't need to rush into marriage. Men need to understand that it takes time to be a man. If I got married when I was 26 years old, dude, I just got finished funneling kegs out there at my frat party out there. Now you want me to get married and take care of a kid? Men need time to marinate, okay?
Fair enough.
Men need time to figure out what the fuck they're doing in life before they start taking responsibility for other people. Shia LaBeouf once said, the real test of a man, when a man really becomes a man, is not always responsible for other people. And I think men need to take responsibility for themselves learn how to grow, learn how to make money, learn how to network, learn how to get out there, learn how to basically have some accountability in your life, fall on your ass a couple times, get fired from a job, lose your job, deal with a recession, deal with so many things in life before you now start taking care of women, start taking care of babies. I think men have a lot of stuff they need to take care of before they start taking care of someone else. Now, at some point, I think a man should settle down, get married, have kids, have a family. You're talking to somebody who's been out there in these streets of South Beach for a minute, okay? And I will say that hedonism, there's no end to hedonism. Going out, partying, getting effed up, womenizing, there's no end in sight in that. And that's not where you want to end the race of life. I tell you this all the time. I constantly have conversations with my friends who are in their mid-late 30s, early 40s, and I'm like, guys, how much longer are we doing this? What's going on? When are you looking to get married? When do you have kids? And the answers are wildly different. Some guys are like, hey, bro, I'm going to do this till I'm 50. Some guys are like, dude, I'm ready to check out ASAP. At the same time, I have so many friends that got married in their late 20s, early 30s, and they're just like, bro, take me out with you one night, please. I'm dying over here. But everyone kind of has to make their own decisions in their life. And I respect everyone's own decisions. But the stats show that men and women are waiting longer and longer and longer to get married. Here's my final point, and then I'll let you give me a counter argument, Nat. Men, take your time. Take your time choosing your partner. Choose your partner wisely. Take your time figuring out what you're going to do in life. Let it marinate. But don't just spend your time. Invest your time. I'm not saying that you should just be a frat boy well into your 20s and your 30s. Yes, you do need to have a grow up, have a profession, have a career, get something together. And if you want to have fun on the weekends, God bless you. Women on the flip side, you have no idea how many women I know in their mid to late 30s who are desperate, dying, looking for a man because they didn't take relationships seriously, or they thought that there would always be another better situation around the corner to lock down a man. And what happens is men, if they take care of themselves, can age a little bit finer than women, biologically speaking. You know, at age 35, women have what is known as geriatric pregnancies. Are you familiar with that term, Nat?
Yes.
Geriatric pregnancies. I know men having kids in their 50s, 60s. You told a story about some dude that you know had a dude when he was 60-something years old. I don't know too many 60-year-old women having kids out there. So men and women are going to age differently. My final advice to men is play the long game. Don't feel rushed. Don't feel compelled to make any quick decisions. There's always another fish in the sea. There's other fish in the sea. Take your time as a man and choose very wisely. Go ahead, Nat.
I actually agree with you. I don't disagree with you. All I'm saying is, why can't those things happen a little bit faster? We are living longer. You have more resources. So why not make as a man your struggle period a shorter period? Why wait all the way to 30 to feel like, now I feel like I know all the information I need. I've had the experience. Like, what I'm saying is, put yourself out there faster. Go turn the grind on and go harder, because you are living longer. Like, imagine if you're a guy out there and you're able to, by 27, 28, make your first $1 million. Now you're going into...
Definitely don't get married at that point then. Enjoy life, bro.
Okay, but my point is that speed up your process. So even if you make your money early in your 28, now you're going to think, okay, well, now I'm in a different phase of my life. Now marriage is becoming more of a relevant conversation than maybe you're 36 and you're like, okay, now I'm thinking about married kids. Because here's the thing, as gentlemen age, and they make money and they have success, they also create habits. They also start to live a certain lifestyle. And the women that they find have to I feel like it sometimes can be harder for gentlemen to find women that they can actually relate to, because you are looking for women who are a little bit more moldable. Right? You're looking for a girl who's just gonna kind of just go with the flow of the life that you already created. Sometimes having a woman that's even close in age, they can relate to you in more of a way of like, oh, we grew up around the same time. We have similar experiences. We have this. Oh, this went on for me during this time of your life. There is pros to dating somebody that are close in age. Maybe it's not ideal for a man. Men want to date younger, and I get it and I got it. but sometimes those younger people aren't able to provide knowledge or experience or things that will help a man become a better man. So all I'm saying is
So how old are you, Nat?
I am 21.
Okay, so Nat's 21. Okay, and would you consider yourself smart?
I would consider
Would you consider yourself knowledgeable?
Yes, I'm considering
Would you consider yourself capable?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're basically saying that at a young age, you're capable of delivering all those things.
Absolutely.
Why would I want a 41-year-old?
No, but that's my point. Is
No,
that,
that's my point.
No, but my point is that if you can speed up your process of becoming knowledgeable and all those things at a younger age, then things become a little bit more of a conversation, right? Like you make your first million in your 20s, then you're having different conversations than somebody who's just finished doing kegs outside.
But okay, what percent? Okay, what we're
It's
talking
not,
about?
I'm not talking about the broad percentage.
No, you're
what
giving
I'm
anecdotal
saying,
stories here. I'm talking broad perspectives.
I understand,
here.
but
You go
you're
out and you're
talking
that
about
one
where the
dude who
world
makes
is
$1
right
million.
now. I'm talking about how can we make the world better? How can we get men to step up faster? How can we get men to be more experienced? How can we get men to get no's more often? How can we get men a little bit stronger? Like that's where I'm coming from. I agree that men shouldn't rush into marriage. I'm not saying that.
Pull
but
up
I
that
do
stat
think
one more time.
that
About when
men
are getting married.
Yeah.
Men are waiting till basically on average age 30.
I think 30 is a great age.
By early 2000s, it was 26.
Right.
Are you saying that we should go backwards?
Wait, I didn't catch that. Say that again.
Men are waiting longer to get married.
Correct.
Are you advocating that they should go backwards?
I'm advocating that maybe if they can go backwards, go backwards.
You know how they say that you can't put the genie back in the bottle? You know,
Yeah.
you said that you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube? That's what you're trying to do right now, baby girl, and it's not going to happen.
All I'm saying is that if guys can also, like, here's the thing, is that we're also pushing out that guys in their 20s, they're not good guys. They don't know what they want. They don't want to get married. And it's not all men are like that.
Guys
Some
in their 20s don't know shit. When's the last time you were a guy?
I'm not a guy.
Exactly.
I'm not.
So why don't you listen to the guy on this one, Nat?
I understand.
Guys in their 20s don't know shit.
But here's the thing. But you have someone
They
like
need
Ben
time to
Shapiro.
marinate.
But you have someone like Ben Shapiro who was able to get married, have kids, success. Like
Ben fucking Shapiro, Nat.
okay, but my point is, why
There's
can't
one Ben
the
Shapiro
world?
for
Why
50
can't
million men?
But why does men feel like they can't reach certain like goals? Like people look at Ben Shapiro like, oh, I can never be like him. Like, yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Ben is
you
a
could
fucking
have success.
genius on the spectrum.
Okay, but you can still
there's
have
like one
success.
Ben Shapiro, there's 50
you can
million
still
men.
put in the work. You can still hustle. You can still put yourself out there. You can still go on the ground. Because here's the thing: the
Look in the
people that
camera right now.
the people that do go that extra mile and they kill themselves for a goal and a dream that they have, they are the people who make it in the world. They are the names that you know, the Patrick Bet-Davids of the world, who put in the work, the hours, all those things, the Adam Sosnick, all of those things.
Yeah, who's not getting married at age 20.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm not saying to get married. What I'm saying is that don't be shy to speed up the process of getting knowledge and experience.
You know, by the way,
that's all I'm saying.
You know who agrees with me, and this will be the last point here? Patrick Bet-David,
I
who
know.
basically test drove
That's
a
fine.
million cars
That's fine.
in his early 20s, in his late 20s, before he found the woman that he can grow his empire with.
Yeah, that's
And that's my
fine.
whole message for our men. Become the best version of yourself.
You don't have
Chase
to be
success,
promiscuous.
not women. And don't listen to Nat and fucking settle down when you're 24 like Ben Shapiro.
I'm not saying to settle down
Okay?
at 24. I'm just saying
Nat?
speed up your hard times so that you don't have to go through hard times later on.
Okay, there you go, Nat.
There you go.
We're
That's
just going to
all.
agree to disagree here.
Okay.
Only one of the two of us on the panel is a man and has a penis, I assume.
Yes.
And gentlemen out there,
assumption.
listen to the man on this one.
You
Take
guys
your
can.
motherfucking time.
That's fine. Take your
Okay.
time, but don't be shy to put in the work. That's all I'm saying.
No, but take your time.
But put in the work.
But
And put in the work.
this is what happens with
Put
women.
in the work.
This
Put
is
in
what
the
happens
work.
with women.
Put in the work.
Okay? They just can't let done be done.
I just want men to do better. We want to see you win.
All right, Matt.
We want you
Nat,
to have
seems
the
like
ladies.
you're dealing with some personal issues right now. Gentlemen, let me know. Do you agree with Saz? Do you agree with Fresh and Fit? Or do you agree with Ben Shapiro on this one? So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another. Or if you want to watch the entire Soscast, click right here.